All right. So do you see? Yeah. So if you open the extension, do you see this? You see these filters up here, or does it say you need? Awesome. So in the bottom left, it should say Start View and Clear. Do you see those buttons? You don't see those, huh? So do you have this right here where you have the search selector up here? Yeah, mute my phone. Where it says search selector, or it says open bookmark link. Do you have that? S- Okay. I don't think that you are signed in, I think, because that usually is what that means. But once you get signed in, if you click on if you click on the extension, it'll be red. It'll say like you need to log in. We don't recognize this user account. And then if you click on the login button on that screen, it'll take you to your login page and you should be able to log in from there. Yeah, log out, well, now refresh the page. Refresh the BrickSeek page and it should be active now. So when you click on the extension, what do you see when you click on the extension? Hmm. Okay. And then now, when you go over to the BrickSeek page, did you refresh it? Yeah, be on online markdown feed. So come to the members area and then go to the online markdown feed is where you want to go. That explains it. Yeah. All right. So then I'm just gonna go into my so you should see everything now pop up, and then I'm just gonna walk through this search and some of the search results. Okay, Linez? All right. Yeah, no problem. All right, guys, welcome. My name is Jay Price. I am the inventor of SynciTRAGE. It is a lead generation software that will help make you some money to find profitable items to resell on Amazon. So the way SynciTRAGE works, and I know you guys have watched some of the other videos, but it works off of the online markdown feed with BrickSeek. So if you will need an extreme membership with BrickSeek, I just want to say that up front. It's like $29.99 a month for that. But it is well worth it. Even if you don't get Sync or Charge, I still would encourage you to get that Extreme membership because BrickSeek is where it's at. So I've already started running the search, and I normally don't like to do that because I don't want to give the appearance that I'm staging anything. And I'm about 2 hours late because I was supposed to go live this morning at 6 o'clock, and then I locked myself out of the tool and out of the website, and I had to mitigate some of those technical issues. But I'm back now. And I didn't want to waste your guys that much time by setting up the search and all that. But this is the search that I ran. I ran an 8-hour markdown search, and these are my filters. So I ran a minimum price difference of 45, Keepa drops of 8. This is my referral fee, my minimum net profit, and my minimum ROI. Now I haven't gone through these yet, so we're going to go through them together. I just now stopped the search, so we're going to hit view to see our results. All right, so we got 120 entries. Let's see how many meet our criteria. So we got seven of them that meet our criteria. We could take a look at these. So I the first thing that I normally do is when I come to this page, I'll look at the static 1 year Keepa chart. And I just want to see what this item is normally priced at and the velocity it looks like at that price. And so you can see that this price has been pretty stable, right, from January on with a couple price dips. Um, but the sales rate, I don't even know if that's good or bad for this category. We can take a look. It says 77 Keepa drops. Now, if this is a variation, then we need to go into some variation analysis. I do like to see um, other retailers up at the price at Amazon. That gives us some encouragement. So let's just open this one up and take a look. So if we this is going to be a Walmart to Amazon flip, so we're going to open up both of these. And you see I did that and it's out of stock right now, but we can still do our analysis. Um, but you see that in Synchrotrons you have this open button and it'll open up both the source link and the Amazon link. And I really, really like that. So it looks like there's a bunch of different sizes. Extra large was 510. You can get a small for $10. So that was a really good deal on whatever they had. Maybe they had too many. And you can see that this is normally priced at 19.47. So at 510, we're looking at 64% ROI with all my inbound shipping fees and prep fees and things like that. Now, what we want to do, AsinZen, if you're not familiar with AsinZen, I will for sure highly encourage you to download it. There'll be a link in the descriptions below, but it's a game changer when it comes to analyzing deals for online arbitrage. So if you click on variations, now what we need to do, so we like the price, right? We like the price stability, but it is a variation. So now we need to determine what is driving the sales, right? For this, what variation is driving the sales? Because if we look at Keepa, this sales rate is shared by all these variations, and now I want to be sure that this thing is moving. We One of the ways we can do that is look at the offer count. The offer count is not shared amongst the variations. So if we see movement in the offer count up and down, it's safe to assume in most cases that these are actual sales. Now, one thing that I will point out is that you definitely see it when the item is priced $12 from July of last year to December of this year, you see a lot more up and down movement in the offer count. And then after it passes this $19 mark, you see some movement as we get into Q4 and get into January, which I like to call this a mini Q4. But after February and March, you kind of see the offer count go stagnant, and it's not moving as much. So that's to me is a red flag. We'll look at the variations. And we're just going to pop this out so we get a bigger view of it. And we are looking at the ASIN ending in uh, 010. So Hedgehog is very popular. It looks like all the sizes do well. Medium does the best, followed by large. I believe this is an extra large, this size that we have selected. Yeah, extra large. And so I'm not worried about that. What I want to check is who's the driver of this. So we're looking at variation ending in 010, and we look at variation percentage. It's doing really well actually. It's the third most popular variation, this extra large hedgehog. So if this was in stock, um, I wouldn't buy a ton. Again, I don't think it's moving that fast, but it could be, right? I might buy 4 or 5 of these. I would put it if I was producing a lead list or expected to get a lead list. I would expect to see something like this on a lead list, especially because it looks like there is, or it says I can't purchase it from this account because this is a business account. If I logged into like my wife's account, for example, I wouldn't be able to purchase it from that. So yeah, that's a definite buy. All right, let's close that out. All right, let's look at this flag. I like this Keepa chart. The price is fairly stable. The sales rank is stable. You're seeing it's definitely active. I always like to say when I train my shoppers to train new buyers that think of the sales rank as a heartbeat, and what kind of heartbeat do you want, or equate the heartbeat to a healthy person, right? If the person is running, then you gotta run real fast to keep up with them. You might want to buy a little bit more. If it's real stable like this, then you might just want to, walk along and not buy a ton, but you want to buy enough to keep up with the pace. And if it's like beep followed by an eternity and then another beep, that's when you probably want to stay away. That person's not moving. Um, or the item is not moving, I should say. But let's look at this. It probably is a variation, so we can do some analysis there. Home Depot has it for 34.98, and that's right where our SynciTRAGE is predicting that to sell at. So let's take a look at it. So we will look at this one. So it's the 3x5 um, Ohio State yard flag. To just want to confirm some things. what so the first thing I like to do, and again, I'm trying to remind myself to talk through all this, is I'll look at the 90 day. I'll look at the 90-day buy box and the 90-day Amazon price, which is another reason why I highly encourage you guys to get AsinZen, is because you can see all this data really, really quickly, and you can make very educated decisions pretty quickly. And then I'm at this point I'm saying, okay, is this an acceptable profitability, right? This is probably gonna fold it in a plastic bag. All I have to do is put a sticker on this thing and call it good. The next thing, once I determine, yeah, this is I'm okay with this profitability. I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna look at the offer count. And I just want to see movement at the offer count. I love to see that they ran out of stock back here in January. That is could be an indicator of demand. And I love to see that Amazon uh, comes down here at 1968 and then they go back up at their normal price and then now they're back down again. Don't ask me why they do that. They could be price matching a retailer, but not always. But I like how they do that. Now, variations. Now we need to determine of these, of all the variations, what's the popularity among them, right? So we're looking at the Ohio State flag, um, 3x5. So let's take a look at it. So we click on variations. I like to pop this out just because I like the space. And then I'm going to click on summary of reviews per variations property. And look at that. The 3x5 is the most popular size, and that's what this happens to be. So what we want to do still, though, is search by or sort by the um, greatest of the review percentage. And that's what this is. You can scroll out, you can see that. And we're looking at ASIN ending in Y976. Y976, look at that. 81% of the reviews are going towards this particular variation. So I'm buying everything I can of this. They have a limit of four. I'm going to buy all four and make my $5 on it. And granted, guys, this 567 is after my inbound shipping, after 2 months of storage, and after my prep fee. That's the net profit, and I'm okay with that, especially because it is the best performing variation in this set. So I would purchase that as well. All right, so we're 2 for 2 so far, guys. Let's see about these Levi's. Unfortunately, I can't sell Levi's. I wish I could, but these ones I probably would stay away from. Just looking at the Keepa chart, right? So we're sourcing this for 19.99 and it looks like our buy cost, I'm sorry, our sale price or the item is in a bit of a price spike. And what I mean by that is over the course of the year, this item is priced at the highest, right? Like $30, maybe 35, but it's very low most of the time. And so, especially because, and for whatever reason, the past month or month and a half, it's been up here at $45. I don't trust that much. I want to look at, I want to hedge my bets and get at least a year's worth of data in there, and just to see what this item is normally priced at. Also, I have kids, and I'm not buying. These are boys' jeans. I'm not buying my 7-year old, or he's 8 now. No, he's 7. My daughter just turned 9. I'm not buying my 7-year-old $45 jeans. I'm just not. And so, oftentimes we want to get to like the numbers and the statistics and the data when it comes to OA buying, and we remove ourselves from just being a buyer. And I try to do that whenever I can, especially when it comes to kids' clothing and stuff like that. Um, and I will buy him a $20 pair of jeans, but not a $45. So I kind of let that guide my decision as well. I think online buying, online arbitrage is art and science. All right, so let's move on from that one. That one would not be a buy. And who just came in? Hello, Karen. How are you? If you have any questions, you can feel free to stop me at any time. Um, let's take a look at this. So I don't like this price stability. This is not super stable to me. Amazon seems to be like playing games almost with the price, and we're purchasing this for 90 bucks, and so you can look and see at 90, right? I mean, it lives up here, it lives down here kind of half of the time. This is more of a gamble to me. I'm gonna stay away from this one because this doesn't have that stable price I like to see. All right, let's look at this. We got a Shark vacuum. Now, Shark will file IP complaints. They we can look and see what we have in AsinZen. They haven't been as aggressive in recent years, but they will. But that doesn't really scare me away. Um, but look at this stable price. So this is normally above 250, and they dropped it down to 150. We're sourcing right now for 133. Let's take a look at this one. Again, I love to see the other retailers near our price point. So our price point is 247. That's the average overall. Kohl's is 212 right now. Bed Bath and Beyond is 299. So I love these higher price flips because you can, your ROI may be a little bit lower than what you're used to, but your net profit is significantly more than your other buys. And so that's why I like these ones. We're sourcing this. I forgot our source price for 133.99. And it's $52 net profit and 39% ROI. So I really, really like that. I'm looking at profitability and then I'm looking at price stability. So I'm looking at the 90-day buy box. And the reason why, I didn't explain that earlier, the reason why I like looking at the 90-day price is because most of my items, I actually just did an analysis yesterday, most of my items sell between that 60 and 90-day mark. And so I want to look at, well, I'm sorry, most of them sell between that 30-day mark, but over half or half, less than half of them sell between 60 and 90 days. And so I'm looking at the past 90 days to be an indicator of future price action. And that's why I like looking at the 90-day. I want to look at the Amazon price and the buy box price. So 247 is fine for me. Depending on the size of this, I might merchant fulfill it. This is 26 pounds. It's 9 by 12 by 34. And as you know, we can't fit items that are, well, we can, right? So Amazon says you can't ship an item or you can't ship a box more than 26 inches unless the item inside of that box is longer than 26 inches. So unless you plan on buying a lot of these to make the inbound shipping worth it, I probably would just stick with merchant fulfill. So then now we have a new situation, right? Now I want to know, okay, now I want to look at buy box rotation as it relates because we have both FBM offers and FBA offers. So I'll show you guys a trick. If you click on this graph right here, or that button, it'll take you down to the Keepa graph. Let's go to data. When I learned this, I was blown away. Not a lot of people know about this. So we click on data and then go to buy box stats, and everybody has this if you have Keepa. But then you can see over the past 30, 90, or 180 days or a year, if you wanted to, the buy box rotation and at what price. So it looks like Honest Penny, who is not an FBA seller, has had the buy box at 268.77, 42% of the time. Amazon has the buy box 33% of the time. But you can tell that it is rotating not only between FBA and FBM sellers, but also between Amazon and third party sellers. So I really, really like that. And this is super helpful for me when I'm thinking about merchant fulfilling an item because I used to just say, well, I'm going to merchant fulfill everything. But as we know, the buy box at times favors FBA over merchant fulfilled, but not always. And we see that here in this case that the merchant fulfilled sellers actually have the buy box more than the FBA sellers. Um, so yeah, that's super awesome. It looks like that price is still available. I like that. Um, let's see if Amazon is back ordered. What's going on with them? Okay, no, so Amazon yeah, so that price is not available from Amazon anymore. They sold out because this was a good deal. Um, but if we had been on at 6 o'clock, we could have purchased this for sure. If I didn't lock myself out of the account. All right, so let's move on. All right, so we're sourcing this for 34.98. I can take a look at the averages here. I don't like the price action on this. I can tell you right now, especially during the summer months. But we can take a look. But I just don't like that graph. Again, I want to see that stable price action and stable sales rank at that price action. So sourcing this for 34.98, we're going to take a look at the averages is the first thing I'm going to look at. Well, the first thing I'm going to look at, honestly, to see if I can sell the item, and that's what these icons indicate here. Um, this is that I'm eligible to sell it. This is I can sell it in this condition, which is new. This is if it's hazmat or not. This is not hazmat. This is any IP complaints, and this is if I want to add any special notes or anything like that, I can add that here, um, or I can have it reflected there if I already had the notes. So this is another reason why. Look at these pricing averages. So we're spending $35 for this. This is not worth it to me. Shoes have the highest returns in all of my out of all the categories in my catalog, and this is just not worth it. I'm going to stay away just from the averages. I'm not going to do any further analysis on this. I'll show you guys that later. All right. So last one that meets our criteria. It looks like it's a Chefman something something. Uh, it's not too stable. The price action is kind of up and down, but what I like is look how far down this drop has been. 60 bucks right now. So depending on how heavy this is, um, this may be profitable. So we'll take a look. First thing I'm going to check, can I sell this brand? I think I can. Um, but AsinZen will tell me for sure whether I can or can't. Then I'm going to plug in, so the deal is still available. I'm going to plug in, and another helpful tool why I like AsinZen is if you just click on the buy box, if you click on any of these numbers, it'll populate. You can see it changing right here. It'll populate that box right there. And so you can just click that and then put your buy cost in there. It's 59.99. And it looks like it's 42% ROI and um, $25 net profit. Now, let's see the size of this thing. So it's 27, 28 pounds, 14, it's basically 15 by 15 by 17. I might merchant fulfill this. I don't think this will cost $30 to merchant fulfill. That's AsinZen calculating based off of the settings that you put in there. I'll do a video on AsinZen settings and stuff like that. If you guys want, let me know in the comments below. But I think I could probably ship this for 20 bucks. I'm blessed. I live in the middle of the country, and so I can reach the coast pretty easily, and pretty affordably. More importantly, I think I can ship this for 20 bucks. What I might do is list these merchant fulfilled, maybe, and if they don't sell, then send them in. These are going to be a pain in the butt to send in because you can only send in one in a box, and they're huge. Um, but now I'm going to do that trick I just looked at, and we're going to look and see who's getting the share of the buy box, right? So it looks like, again, in the past 30 days, Amazon has had the buy box 98% of the time. Another thing I want to look at is to see price history. Okay. Yeah, so Amazon has had the buy box 30% or 98% of the time, so they're not sharing a whole lot. But they do share with this merchant fulfilled seller and this Tone merchant fulfilled seller. If we scan it out 90 days, so Amazon is not sharing the buy box here a lot. Um, but the offer count is moving up and down, so these sellers are making sales. It just may not be as fast as you want because Amazon is hogging the buy box. And one thing I also like to remind people is I won't stay away from a buy because they're not sharing the buy box. Um, I just may not buy as much. And I get a lot of kind of crossway eyes when I tell people that is not all of the sales happen in the buy box. A lot of them do, but not all of them. And more importantly, if you're merchant fulfilling, let's just say, again, I live in Kansas. Oklahoma is an hour away. And if, excuse me, if Amazon has this item, right, but it's in a warehouse in New York, and I have this item merchant fulfill in my warehouse in Wichita, and the customer is in Oklahoma, who is Amazon going to show the buy box to, or give the buy box to that customer? And that's what we call the regional buy box. So when that customer from Oklahoma goes to buy this air fryer, Amazon's going to show them my offer, even over their own. And so that's why I tell people, don't be afraid of competing with Amazon. I do it all day, every day, and especially if you're going to merchant fulfill. Uh, But yeah, I mean, look at this. This thing is moving 3,500 units a month with no other variations. So don't let this scare you away. I would buy all three of these in a heartbeat. All right, so of the seven, right, that we said we would buy this hedgehog dog toy, this flag, can't buy the Levi jeans, can't buy the Calvin, or I won't buy this. I would buy this. I would stay away from that and buy this one. So that's one, two, three, four buys right there. And that's just it meets criteria. What I want to do now is look at the does not meet criteria. How long have I been on for? 25 minutes. We're making good time, guys. Let's get rid of all the negatives. We'll just put three there and do 25% ROI. Hit apply. All right, so now we got nine more entries to go through. And what I did basically was just to, if it doesn't meet my criteria and it's negative and it's below a 25% ROI, let's just get rid of that stuff. And then let's just, again, casting that wide net and then surgically going through and find out which one of these are profitable, which one isn't. There's no Keepa graph on here. I'm not interested. Um, this didn't meet criteria because of the drops. Didn't sell enough. But we can see if we're still if the price is right, which I don't think it is. We're sourcing for 159. It lives most of the time back here at 200. I don't like that. Let's take a look at these. We're sourcing for 85. I don't like this. This is not super stable. Uh, this didn't meet criteria because of the sales rank, I imagine. Yep. Uh, this one, okay, this is interesting. This is a obviously a Christmas item. Um, I started buying Christmas items this year really early, and because now I have a warehouse I can fill up and hold stuff, because you can get them one crazy cheap, and I have the warehouse to hold them with. But an interesting fact is, I started listening to Merchant Fulfill, and they started to sell. Not a lot, not fast, but I'm selling a Christmas item like ornaments and lights and inflatables like once a week, Merchant Fulfilled, which is really, really interesting. So I just want to put that out there. Now, I'm not encouraging anybody else to do that. I'm the type to where I'll buy something not for the purpose of resale, but for the purpose of research. So it'll inform my decisions next year. But this, let's see what this did during Christmas last year, and it shot up to about 46 bucks as Amazon ran out of stock. So I wouldn't buy this because the buy cost is too high. I typically want to, I'm trying to buy my Christmas ornaments. If I'm buying in July and June, really, really cheap. And I don't want to pay, and I want to buy a lot of them. And I don't want to buy ones or twos. That's a waste of time. And that price point is too high. All right, so let's take a look at these. This did meet criteria. Why? Because the ROI is 25% ROI, but you're making $9. I know some people, Alpesh is on here. He would probably jump on these if he could sell them. We had an interesting conversation about ROI the other day. These did meet criteria because why? Again, the ROI is 30%. Now, I don't know, for some reason I do like selling New Balance shoes. Um, let's see. Let's take a look at this. All right. So we will have to do some variation analysis, but let's just look at profitability and velocity. I can tell you right now, I don't like this rank. Um, and with the lower moving, so I'm going to click on the 90-day buy box price and then put our buy cost in there. Yeah, with this, I'm probably going to stay away from these. They're not moving where I need them to be. But look at this, guys. Amazon over the past since December, so it's the past 6 months, the price has been 74.99. Um, that's not bad. Let's see what the competition is doing. Sometimes I will look. There is no competition. There's just Amazon. I will look to see what other sellers are planning on pricing this at. When we see Amazon doing this, oftentimes they're phasing this style out. They're trying to clear their warehouse out. That's been my subjective experience, and I can show you some Keepa graphs showing you guys that, where they start to stair step down. You can see it looks like some steps. Um, and they're just trying to phase that item out. So they may go out of stock on this, and then you may be able to charge the 74.99. We can look at that and see, okay, what's the upside potential at 74.99? If I can type, I don't know why I just typed in a whole different number. Uh, maybe. It's a gamble. If I was buying a lead list, I wouldn't expect it to be on there. All right, so this Insignia toaster has been on here for a couple of days now at 54.99. And I think it's just because of the velocity. And I looked at it before. Let's look at it again. So sourcing from Best Buy. If you didn't know, you can get tax exempt set up at Best Buy. It's super easy. Um, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this only because it's been on here for so long. I mean, probably a month or longer I've seen this item. But look at the average price. I mean, the averages make it look very appealing. I just the velocity on this thing. If there was, and you could see this, there's six sellers on it right now. If it was just me, right? If I was one of these guys back here, I might mess with it. But I don't like that. So I'm gonna stay away from it. All right, so that's does not meet criteria. We didn't find anything that I would purchase on does not meet criteria today. Yesterday I did. I found two things. Let's look at no match found. So let's clear this out, hit apply. And what I'm going to do here is use AZ Insights Insight 360 tool to do some searches. So let's take a look. And I'm only going to do name brand stuff. So Bella Pro, I think, could be name brand. We'll take a look at it. At least I think I've heard of it before. And so if you right click and go to Insight 360 and hit um, search, just to make sure I wasn't missing any questions. Nope. All right. I'm not. I see Bella Juicer for 64. Kios. Yeah, I'm probably gonna skip on this one. Let's close that out. This is a digital game, so I'm gonna stay away from that. I don't think anybody can sell digital products unless you have like a crazy old account. Yeah, and I'm just gonna skip through these. So, that was it for the morning, guys, for our morning sourcing. I did want to show you my FBA sales for items purchased with this. So this is my inventory lab. If you go to accounting and then FBA sales, I'll just refresh it so I don't get anybody saying I'm just making stuff up. Um, and then what I'm going to do is I code all of my SKUs, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a minute. Let me close that out. So we're going to search by SKU, and we're going to do an advanced. Well, let me cancel that out. We'll do, and all of the buys that I buy with SynciTRAGE, I code this way, BS for BrickSeek. And then let's just look at the past 3 months. All right, so what I wanted to show you, so this is about 1,200 items. My average profit per sale with all of these is $11.22, which is really good compared to like a lead list that I subscribe to. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. So you can see the average profit per sale with the lead list is $6.55. A different lead list um, is $3.80. We could do another lead list. Let's see if I can remember the SKU. I think this is it. $6.49. And that has always been typical with me with lead list. And one of the reasons why I wanted something else, I was just tired of the price tank. And I'm not anti-list, but I do think that the Synchrotron offers a higher form of sourcing and can be hugely beneficial to you and your business. If you're interested, go to synchrotrage.com. I'll link to it down below. And if nobody has any other questions, Karen, I've never met you before, but hello, thanks for watching. Um, yeah, that's it. You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later.